Cops arrested paraplegic in wheelchair for kicking down women's door and fleeing on foot. Oh my god, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe these videos from the Civil Rights Lawyer channel. Let's go.
You forcefully entered her home and attacked her. Is this a joke?
This woman called the cops.
Oh, thank God.
And accused a guy of kicking down her door and assaulting her.
So, what happened?
Oh my
kicked in
God.
the door. I ran. He choked me out.
But there was a minor problem with her story. The suspect has been a paraplegic in a wheelchair for 20 plus years.
How long have you been in your wheelchair? Since you were 18? 5 years.
But the arresting officer just didn't care. And he attempted
This is what happens in a world filled with Karens. This is what happens, guys.
to arrest him anyways.
I literally can't. I don't have muscle control. I'm not. Oh my God! Oh my God!
When another officer stepped in and questioned
Oh
what was
my
happening,
God.
You're paralyzed.
Jesus Christ.
Somebody must have made a mistake. Because if the door was kicked in, he didn't kick it in.
he went to his lieutenant.
Don't mean to interrupt your lunch. They got a quadriplegic guy up there in handcuffs.
Who couldn't be bothered to get up off of his chair, but quickly accused the 100% innocent man who was in fact a paraplegic of lying.
Oh my God. This is so terrible. This is so terrible.
Not to go to jail, so.
Yeah. But he is f***ed up from the waist below.
I've never seen a case where somebody was so clearly innocent, and it would take so little work to establish it, and nobody was willing to do the work.
I think the entire thing revolved around something like that cop totally realized he fucked up everything and he did a mistake. But now that he's into it, he don't want to go back because it would be worse. It would be terrible for you. So he's in denial, you know. He's in denial, and that's why. And that's why he is insisting on this. He's already know that he's wrong at this point. Of course, he knows. But he went too far to go back, you know. So that's why it's still pushing. He's still pushing. That's what I think.
Welcome back to the Civil Rights.
Again, what I always say is people not wanting to take accountability for their mistakes and wrongdoings. That's terrible.
Lawyer channel, where my mission is to help protect and defend your constitutional rights by showing you all of the outrageous things that your government regularly does to people just like you. So if you share in that mission too, please comment, like, and share this footage so that what you see in this video doesn't happen again to somebody else. In June of 2024, a woman named Catherine Jensen, who is apparently...
Okay. You know what I think of preconcept. You know that is a self-defense that our brain have to get out of problems and bad situations to us. That's why. But we all do that. It's undeniable. The people that says that he don't judge people by appearance, it's being an hypocrite. Appearance literally defines everything in the society. Now, I want you to look at this person for some seconds and just tell me, what do you think of this person in front of you? This respectful person in front of you, huh? And I'm not saying that because of what happens. I mean, try to think before of anything of this happens. Would you ever? I mean, I believe, I trust my audience is very smart. Would you ever be friends or, I don't know, something with this person in front of you? She's clearly a mistake of society. That's my opinion. That's just my opinion, okay? Everyone has their own opinions. This is just my opinion. I think I still, yeah, in my culture I'm not, but I'm not dealing with my culture now, so I think I still have the right to state my opinion, right? Yes. Yes, it's what I
completely
think.
insane, called police and reported that this man, Charles Reed, whom she claimed was her ex-boyfriend and they had broken up a few days earlier,
Oh, thank God.
Hi, how you doing?
had come to her house, kicked down her door, choked her, and then attempted to steal her car keys.
So, what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
She also claimed that he fled on foot.
I guess he took off on foot.
In the body cam footage of that encounter, she apparently told the cops that she did not even want to press charges. Still, though, officers obtained an arrest warrant for Mr. Reed. This police officer named Mark Balot began to communicate with Mr. Reed by email. He basically tricked him into coming to the police station to clear up a case of mistaken identity. But what he really intended to do was to arrest Mr. Reed. When Mr. Reed arrived at the police station on March 20th of this year, Officer Mark Balot, the same police officer who responded to the call where Miss Jensen made that report about Mr. Reed, began to read Miranda rights and began questioning Mr. Reed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Reed. My name is Officer Ballard. You're the one I've been emailing recently. Yeah, all right. Doing well.
This is so
I'm gonna just read
stupid.
you something and then I'm gonna ask you a couple questions. All right? Great. So you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney.
He said, according to Miss Jensen, you forcefully entered her home and attacked her. Mr. Reed had no idea who she was or what he was talking about.
According to Miss Jensen, on this date,
The guy doesn't even know her. The guy doesn't even know her. Oh my God. That's so disgusting and terrifying. Imagine, I mean, in my opinion at least, you guys at this point already know how I think, right? I mean, I really, from the bottom of my heart, the thing that most pisses me is see any level of injustice like this. Like, it really pisses me off, for real. I just can't imagine being beyond the shoes of a person in which this type of situation happen. I really can't. This is so evil. This
you
is
forcefully
evil.
entered her home and attacked her.
As the conversation went on, Mr. Reed insisted that he had nothing to do with this and that he had actually been paralyzed for like 25 years.
How so? I know you guys might find it funny and all, or maybe weird, but I don't know how to say that in English, but I'm with a problem. It's still from that last time that I got sick. I don't know. And now my left ear, I can't listen because there are my head is with I don't know the name of this in English. Probably I was risk and try to like try to hit these words in English, but sinusitis. I don't know if you guys have something like that. But yeah, it's what I have now, and because of that, I cannot listen anything with my left ear. So what I'm trying to say is it's temporary, of course. You don't need to worry. It always happens when I get sick, and when I get this type of sick, my head became so full of I don't know the name of this in English, but when you get sick like with flu and you toss and put this to outside, so I have this inside my head now, this type of sick that I'm talking about, and this is prejudicing my listening in my left ear, but it always happens when I have this. Probably it's because the way that I lie down bad, and when I have this, it solidifies, and I don't know. I just stop talking about. But what I mean to say, what I'm trying to say with this is we can maybe have some problems with the audio levels or something like that, because I am listening things with the right side of my ear at the moment. So I'm sorry if it's too low or it's too high. I'm really trying to guess in here. So I'm sorry if there is something wrong with the audio levels.
How long have you been in your wheelchair?
I was 18.
Since you were 18?
5 years.
That he was married. He was not any sort of recent ex-boyfriend to this person.
So,
Yeah, that's
And you say you have no recollection of who she is?
I have absolutely no idea who that is. Yeah. Certainly haven't forced my way into anybody's house.
Because she was able to provide us with your exact information and a description of how you look.
She describes that he's of average build,
Tall, short.
Average height.
that he has brown hair, that he's in black clothing,
So all black?
I want to say yes, sir.
but not that he's in a wheelchair. Never mentions it. And that is probably the number one thing you'd mention about somebody.
Especially as they're running away.
On foot.
I guess he took off on foot.
Charles and Catherine did date.
What I really want to know right now is what will happen with that person that made this false accusation. This type of person needs to suffer double the time of the sentence that the other person should get. It's my opinion. Because we need to set a clear example to society that false accusing someone, it's never acceptable. And there is no better way for you to show this to society than giving double the penalty of that, of what the person accused the other, you know? That's what I think.
But it was more than 20 years ago. They never kept in touch. He's been married for a decade with a newborn. And the day of the alleged attack, Charles says he was at a dinner party with friends.
Did police contact you at all?
No, not at all. Not a single time.
But instead
Oh
of
my God, this
looking
is
into the
so
situation
terrible and
further
unfair.
or acting on that information, Officer Balat instead handcuffed and attempted to arrest Mr. Reed, which ended up with Mr. Reed falling out of his wheelchair and onto the ground.
I truly have no idea who that is. Like,
I understand you say you haven't been here, but unfortunately, you do have the warrant out for your arrest. So I'm gonna have to place you into custody, and I'm gonna take you downstairs. You're gonna be booked and entered, and you're gonna have to go to jail. So, and you say you've been in this wheelchair since you were 18. If you have proof of all of this information that can be verified, if you get those documents in order, you can bring those with you when you go to your first appearance.
can I pee and stuff? Like,
You'll be able to
This
pee. I'm gonna
can't
take you
be-
right
this can't be
downstairs. You're not even
serious.
going anywhere.
I am. This is crazy to me. Like,
Do me a favor, put your hands out. Unfortunately, it is. Put your hands out.
I can't.
And they
Is this
don't
a joke?
listen. They don't listen to anything.
Do me a favor, lift your hands up above your head, please.
I don't have muscle control.
Okay, that's fine.
It's not like.
Put it on the other side.
I
on the other
literally
side.
can't. I don't have muscle control. I'm not. Oh my God. Oh my God.
33 to radio. Can I have a signal for my location for a white male who fell out of a wheelchair?
Eventually, a second officer who happens to see what's going on comes over and he helps Mr. Reed back up into his wheelchair.
Can somebody please help me off the ground? I'm paralyzed. Can I get out of my wheelchair?
Yeah, let's help him out. Oh, I was waiting
This
for the
is so
paramedics.
real.
They're
This
right
is
next
so
door,
unreal.
Broke into your house and you killed him. That's what I'm saying. But
Please don't
we're not.
I can't do anything here. Okay, we're helping you. Hold on.
Unlike Mr. Balat, he immediately realizes that something is not right here and he begins to ask questions.
Who realized that something is not right? What was the first hint, huh? What was the first hint? Oh my God. Oh my God.
What's the warrant for?
Ag assault.
I broke into somebody's house.
From the trespass ag assault.
How long ago?
June 19th. June 19th, 15th, 9th, one of
How
those
long you
days.
been paralyzed?
25 years.
Okay. Make a phone call to me.
What did I do?
Peggy's grab this arm.
What have I done?
It's just showing that you have a warrant, but we're gonna do our due diligence. Because if you're paralyzed, somebody must have made a mistake.
I thought I...
Okay.
Oh, don't tell me.
Who's
Don't
the
tell
original
me.
agency? We are. Who's the detective? You are. Okay. Give me a second.
I get my doctor on the phone.
He takes the first officer aside and tries to get an explanation out of him.
I'm gonna let you know right now. You just walked the hell out of that wheelchair. I held him with the tip of my fingers, and he fell down and fell on the floor. But basically, on what day was this? I still remember the call. On June 15th last year, I got a call about a lady from 4111.
This is so disgusting.
And so basically she was like, and when I got to the house, the front door was kicked in, and I think she was like hiding by the garage or something. And she comes out and she's bleeding from her arm. Her neck is bruised up and everything. She's like, my ex-boyfriend who we broke up 2 days ago just entered my home and attacked me. And then after that, I asked her, hey, you know, have y'all lived together? Yeah, we used to live together at this address. Do you have any of his information? He gave me his name, spelled it out, gave me a description, told me what he looked like, ran it through NCIC, it matched. And then I was like, is this him? She was like, yes, that's him.
Wait a second, wait a second. He said that she was bleeding and she was with bruise and etc. Let me take a look here again. Let me take a look at here again. Where was that again? But of course, this should be later, right? This should be after, I don't know. Because look at the door, it seems to be already fixed, I don't know. If it's this door, I'm not sure if even this door.
What happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me.
Was it so it was the first time that they contact her, it seems. I can see the door clearly. I don't know how it is, but because the guy said that the door has kicked, I don't know. It was she was with bruise and bleeding. I don't see her bleeding or anything like that, but I don't know if it was before he started recording. I don't know, but yeah. Where we was, I think it was 9:50, if I remember.
That are quadriplegics, that what we see with his lower extremities, that's ain't for play.
Okay.
That's legit. And if he was born in 82, that means he was shot in 2001. And he's been paralyzed since, 19 years. I would suggest calling the district attorney's office, let them know what you got. And even though
because now it's looking like she might have made a false report. So that's what I was looking like. I was like, I don't know, because between now and June, that's what, 9 months.
How can that work so simple as that, huh?
I don't know if something happened between.
How can that work simple as that? Like, just do a report and everything happens
with the first officer
and arrest him?
over to where their lazy lieutenant is sitting on his ass eating lunch on his messy, sloppy desk, and he tries to inform him of the situation. But the lieutenant already knows about the situation, and he doesn't care at all.
Don't mean to interrupt your lunch.
Of course he knows. Of course he knows.
They got a quadriplegic guy up there.
I just told him about that.
Oh, he already got the rundown?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny wash. Yeah, but how could he?
And I just want to put it out there. He flopped out the wheelchair. I was like, can you raise your hands? Because I'm trying to, pat him down, make sure he doesn't have anything. I don't know if the camera's going to catch it, but I got him by the tip of my fingers. And he just...
It's a ruse, man.
So,
it's an obvious attempt to not to go to jail, so...
Yeah. But he is fucked up from the waist below.
That is pretty... After actually seeing him, I agree. But then again, like I said, I don't know what happened between 9 months ago from now, and I don't know how much muscle mass you lose from not using your legs. So I don't know if,
That's for the court to decide.
Yeah, yeah. Wife said he's been paralyzed for 19 years, so... Okay.
Well, just get ready to declare him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this can't be serious. This can't be
The
serious.
lawyers on standby, because I know damn well he's going to make a whole issue out of this.
I don't know, I'm a paraplegic, so it's like I can't really tell what's happened to me.
I got you.
Right.
So, if you need his information. So I just spoke to LT and Major. Unfortunately, I still have to take him because it's a felony warrant. Now, I don't know what's happening between you and this young lady, whatever you guys had. That's not...
Yeah, I understand that.
So
He doesn't know
If she
him.
made a false report, that's going to be on
mean,
her.
she doesn't know her.
Obviously, like I said, I explained, I noticed your condition, I see it, but I have to do my due diligence. It's a warrant out. I have to go ahead and take you in. So now that's going to be up to you and the courts and your lawyers and her and that.
What? Like
to establish your innocence until proven guilty. So at this point, she says you kicked down her door. It don't look like you could kick anything, no offense, at this point in time. So that's why I told you earlier, if you have documentation that you were shot at 19, that you've been to Grady, that you...
I do. I can provide it in 10 minutes from now.
So... Give me
I
one
mean, I
second.
can just call my doctor, right? I mean, like...
I need paper. If it
can
ain't on
go
paper,
get
it don't
from
happen.
them. I mean, you can call the DMV and see that I've needed mechanical aids on my license for the past 25 years. You can call, we can drive to Grady right now.
This is so disgusting.
Give me 1 second.
This is so disgusting.
Actually... Give me 1
I
second.
can show you my handicap
Hold on,
placard that I got 15 years ago.
Give me 1 second. Let me go talk to my manager real quick.
Look at this cop. Look at this cop. Oh my God.
I'm so sorry, last thing. He's saying that he can prove with paper documentation that he's been in a wheelchair for that long.
Okay, but you can still punch somebody in the wheelchair, right? I mean, that doesn't mean that he didn't do what he was accused of, right?
So
I mean, he could.
No. Oh my God. No.
Who knows? I mean, I don't think.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take you today.
This can't be working, and this guy can't be working there anymore.
It's really nothing he can do, and he's the one that's telling me because you still have an active warrant, and that warrant isn't going anywhere. I've even went so far as to reach out to the district attorney and see if there's something that I could do, but they're not answering. So unfortunately, I had to take you in.
Tell me that I could provide documentation,
That's not a right here, right now matter. That's going to be a later on matter.
Can I talk to the
and
judge?
even so,
Can the judge?
and even so,
Can somebody like the judge
I'm
see
trying to tell
me?
you, and even so, you're in a wheelchair that doesn't.
I want to talk to like a judge or something. Could I get speak to a magistrate or something? I want to get this resolved because somebody that can think critically.
I'm not understanding because you're saying that you had no muscle control, but yet you wheeled yourself from across the street and somehow got into.
I don't have muscle control after the thoracic 3 vertebrae, right? So I have hand control. I have hands. I have a
You're
license.
doing exactly what I just asked you to do before when you fell on the floor.
Yeah, because I'm balanced, right? When I have 2 hands here together, I always have to hold myself.
So that's one, and two.
What do you mean that's one?
And two, you're saying you can't sit down, but you have to sit in the
Because I'm on
car.
a specialized cushion. Do you see this cushion that I'm on right here? It's a specialized air cushion with specialized compartments. I will get a bed sore if I sit on anything other than this.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't a bed sore when you sit or lay somewhere for a very extended period of time?
It is.
It's not going to be an extended period of time.
That,
I'm pretty sure the jail has things that can accommodate you and you will go with your chair. I'm not saying that I'm going to take you, your chair's going to stay here, your cushion's going to stay here, and you're just going to be asked out in the back seat of a car and in a hospital and then whatever the case may be.
You're not explaining that to me as you're saying those statements though, right? So I'm justified in not knowing that information.
Oh, my apologies. I thought that was kind of implied that where you go, your chair would go with you.
That's not implied to me at all. I haven't been in a police department my entire life. I can know any single thing about this life, right?
My apologies. I'm letting you know right now, your chair will go with you.
Yeah, I'd still love to speak with somebody of higher tier. I simply cannot accept that this is the remuneration for this after I've been in contact with you for a month and a half.
Of course, he's being very patient and calm for one that is in a situation of injustice like he is. I would probably lose my mind easily. If I were in his situation, I would be screaming and doing a hell of a show, for real, because I can't stand injustice. For real, it's something I can't stand.
Weeks.
Months are made of weeks, I guess,
Mr. Reed is not a criminal. He's never been in this situation before. He just can't believe that law enforcement, the criminal justice system could be this wrong, could be this incompetent. But boy, was he wrong. He wanted to speak to a judge. They don't give him access to a judge, but they give him a supervisor. So here comes the supervisor. And as you can see, he's a lot of help.
That's my sergeant. He'll be able to speak with you.
Can you call this person and figure out what's going on with our room?
Long story short, he has a warrant for ag assault out of here, 411 Fredericksburg Drive, and he needs to be transported. And he's saying that he has obviously a medical condition and that he can't be transported.
I'm really saying that I'd like to speak to a judge or somebody who can adjudicate some aspect of this other than simply taking me to the hospital. This is.
You better answer the phone.
So really, I would just love some information.
Speak to a judge right now. You know when you go to court.
I don't know anything about this, honestly. This is a complete total surprise to me. I literally have been in communication with this gentleman for a month trying to figure out why in the world I have a warrant. I feel like I was tricked into coming here today.
Tricked into coming.
Yeah, because he told me I could just come and sign some piece of paper because he didn't have any knowledge about what the warrant was. I have the email that I could show you.
Did you recently get put in a wheelchair or what?
25 years ago. 25 years ago. When I was shot when I was 18.
Okay. All right. Have we looked up this case number?
You said I kicked in a door?
I didn't say kicked in. I said forced entry was made. So what happened?
He kicked in the door. I ran. He choked me out.
So you put in the email, you said you never talked to me,
Yeah.
you don't remember anything about me.
Yeah.
And that I could come down
He's
to sign a piece of
terrified.
paper to
This cop is
handle it all.
terrified already. He
Then finally, this
know
lady
his
shows up.
screws.
I'm guessing she's some sort of a transport officer. Best I can tell, she arranges for him to come back in and turn himself back in, buying him a little more time, perhaps to go hire his lawyer.
That's why I went back when he said that she was with bruise and blood, because this is not what I saw. This is not what we saw in the video. She wasn't. Like at that moment, if there is not another footage of her bleeding or something, he was already lying to try to defend his argument.
Lawyer or whatever
You know?
he ended up doing to avoid actually going to jail.
He came in to settle the matter with the whole warrant. All right. So now that's why.
So you came and turned yourself in?
He came to talk to me about the warrant. So I asked him some questions.
Well, he said he had no recollection of me or anything, and that I could come in to clear it up, that I could sign a sheet of paper to clear it up. And so I just simply came in because, of course, it's mistaken identity, and so now I've been thrown on the ground.
Thankfully, he ended up not actually being arrested on that warrant. The warrant was eventually dismissed, but only after the story literally ran in the Atlanta TV news market. The crazy lady eventually publicly admits that she's absolutely nuts and she had no contact with this guy. And it's also revealed that the cops, had they even checked this woman's arrest record, should have known that anyways, because she had already been arrested for similar allegations before this event even occurred. So this is a story of this one particular officer, Balad.
And I really lack words. I really lack words. For real, I don't know what to say. I really... oh my God. I really don't know what to say about this. This is so stupid. And there is literally so fucking many ways of fixing this way before doing all of that, and to have avoid that in so many ways, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's they were neglecting all the time to do their job, to verify the facts, to verify the person that accused, a lot of things. It was a sequence of mistakes. Oh my God, I don't know
being
what to say.
amazingly incompetent. But worse than that, once he realizes that he has charged a clearly innocent person, he doubles down to cover his own ass. And who helped him do that? His lieutenant helped him do that. His supervisor, his direct supervisor, his sergeant, just could have cared less.
Now I want you guys to stop and start thinking. The why he was out of this, it's because he clearly, there is no way he could be in jail because of that. Like, literally, there is no way. Because at the moment that this leaves the police office and goes to somewhere to justice, to judge or something like that, it would be over. Like, he would literally be innocented and also. But I want you guys to stop and think how many of these people that happened the same didn't have the same luck and literally end up on jail because of stupid things like this. Imagine how many times they have been doing that. Because it's way easier to proceed with the prison until the guy is arrested for good on jail than to assume the mistakes and going back, because that taints the reputation. You know, they don't want this to be on them. Oh, more people not take accountability for their mistakes. I want to know what happened to the fucking
Fortunately,
woman.
that one officer who was just a bystander stepped in and tried to do the right thing, but his lieutenant did not help him. Ultimately, is there going to be a lawsuit here? I don't know. As I've explained in other videos, these sorts of cases are very difficult where you have a valid warrant that was signed by a judge. You can sue under circumstances where police officers provide incorrect, false information to a judge to be able to get that warrant. But at the same time, unlike the private market where you can sue an employer for negligence, government doesn't work that way. They're allowed to be negligent, they're allowed to be incompetent, and we can't sue them for that. Only when it rises to really, really egregious levels can anything be done about it. This probably is a closed case here. We can see that they did have actual knowledge at a certain point and basically arrested the guy anyways. Now, ultimately, he wasn't taken to jail, but handcuffs were put on him, he was taken to the ground. But more importantly, people just need to see this. So please share this footage. These same incompetent police officers, well, worse than incompetent, these same police officers who knowingly violate an innocent person's civil rights because they want to cover their own ass, or even in the case of the lieutenant, too lazy to even get up from his desk, to stop eating his pretzels and get up from his desk and see what the hell's going on. This sort of thing needs to be shared, and they need to be exposed. Again, the only thing that government fears is negative public exposure. Government itself is the bad apple. Remember that.
Yes,
so help me spread that
it's just
fact
about that.
by subscribing both here and at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can also...
In the end, all revolves about not take accountability for their wrongdoings and mistakes. Before we go any further, I want to take this brief moment here to thank all of you, my patrons, that support my work here on YouTube, and especially my Three-Tailed Fox style members, Heath Rowell, Fenny Sylvy, and One Lonely Wolf, for the incredible support to my work. Thank you very, very much. You guys are amazing. Also thanks to everyone who donated to me through Tron, and to all of my YouTube members. Thank you very much. You can support this channel life and growth with just $5 a month and gain access to many perks. This is less than a burrito. Check out my Patreon, link is in the description below. It always ends up like this. It's always the... oh my god, what's wrong with people nowadays? Damn, I've seen today, I think it was a woman who was like doing like an entire show, like on the floor of an airport because her luggage was above the weight, so she just dropped on the floor like a crying baby, debating herself on the ground. Because of that, what's going on wrong with people's minds? For real. Like, they don't accept things. They are acting like kids even though they have 30, 40 years old. And they don't take accountability for their mistakes because it's also a problem that kids have. What's going wrong? Just what's going wrong for real? Oh my god. Where is my giant sprite meteor? Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check my links below. Patreon, Discord server. Consider becoming a Patreon member. That literally helps a lot. If you can't, consider becoming a YouTube member. That also helps. And I see you, all of you, in the next one. Bye!